Okay, so I just had a conversation with my mother, and before I get into this, I want to preface that I do love her very much, but she can just be a fucking handful sometimes, and I need to get it off my chest. I would talk to her about it, but as you're about to hear, probably like this, I can't. I fucking can't. All right, so here we are. So, does anyone else go through this thing with your parents, like where you just can't talk to them about shit? Right? They may think that their intentions are pure. They may think that they're fucking that they're just ready for any criticism you might have to give. But then the moment you have anything to say, it just it switches from I'm ready to listen to I don't want to be wrong. Here's why you're wrong, LizardWhiner. Here's why you're wrong about everything you're saying. You know, or I'm sorry, not even that, you're right about everything, but there's just one detail that I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes honing in on that you're wrong about. I fucking hate when they do that. Like seriously, you have a point with most of what you're saying to them right now. Not even that they have a stake in the game. I'm going to get into that in a second too, right? Because they do this whether it's about them or not. But they have you have a point with everything you're saying, right? Like usually if it's me, right, I usually tell them about like how, or I make the mistake often of telling them about how much I'm annoyed with the way other people are, right? Whether it be some like family member, a friend, a person online, a fucking stranger. Whenever I'm just like someone else sucks, right? Someone else is just shitty for doing this, right? I don't want to deal with that. I hate dealing with that. They always feel the need to tell me that I'm fucking wrong. They always feel the need to be like, well, you do the same thing. You do the same thing, even though that's just not true. Even though that's just incorrect, right? I fucking hate that. I am I It's always some shit like that. Like you guys probably like I hope you get it. Like I don't want to be the only one, going through this, right? So it's always just like you tell them a story or you tell them something you don't like, and they're always telling you how you're wrong or how you do the same thing, you're just as bad. And they always got to bring up everything, literally everything from across your entire life, right, as their child. If my parents, like, are my parents particularly like vindictive or anything like that? And like are they the only ones who do that? Because like it's always, everything, every memory they have of you, again, spread across your entire life, of anything happening. It's always, well, you do the same thing. That's annoying, right? They always got to undercut you. Let's just cap that off with that. They undercut you in everything you say unless they agree it, right? And I think they do that because I will tell a story about like I have a couple theories as to why they do that. They, but my dad, he did the same thing. He just hates it when I have anything to say. Well, they both hate it when I have anything to say. I'm going to get into that in a second here too. But they hate when I have anything to say. That, or they are part of the party I'm talking about. Does that make sense? Like you guys know the phrase "only hit dogs holler," right? Like only dogs that were hit are the only ones who start yelping and stuff like that, which is a sad thing to think about. But like usually when I tell a story and I'm just like, I really hate it when someone else does this thing, when someone else does this, they're always so keen on like, well, you do the same thing. You got to understand, you do the same thing. Have some empathy. And I feel like they do that because they are like, they won't admit it, but they do what I'm complaining about, right? Whatever I'm complaining about in whatever moment. That, and they hate it when I have anything to say. And let me get into that. They, when I say that, I literally mean it in its truest form, because they don't let me finish. They hate when I, like, whether I'm literally agreeing with. Okay, I was having a conversation with my dad, right? Who I will just say right here, I don't love. He's a piece of shit, right? But I was having a conversation with my dad recently, and he was talking. We were just talking about some random like philosophical crap, right? And I was just adding on to what he was saying, and he kept getting upset at me and trying to refute me and undercut me. Like he kept trying to tell me that you can't argue me. Stop trying to pick apart what I'm saying. And I'm not. I literally agree with you. I'm adding to what you're saying. He's been like that the entire time. Where anytime I express any emotion that is, or feeling, or thought that isn't sanctioned by him, he has to like shut it down in some fucking way. And I hate that. And he's been like that for years. He's been the way he's been for 20 years. Because my mom will tell me stories about how shitty he's been when I was a baby. And it'll be like, oh yeah, he still does that every single time without fail. But that's probably another video right there, if I'm being honest. Uh, my mother, she does the same sort of thing, but for different reasons, but it's still just as shitty, right? She, like, she'll cut me off extensively, and I'm this is a whole fucking rant right here. She'll cut me off extensively, and like hate when I have anything to say at all. And I'm just gonna be like she I don't even know, like how do I put this into words? Like I talk, she doesn't let me finish. She'll ask me a question. She won't let me just answer the question, right? She'll say, "Oh, okay," because we were talking today, right? And she's, oh my god, I okay. We were talking today, and I had to, because I have to do this every time we fucking talk, right? Every time I'm in one of those boring, shitty conversations, not even boring, but those grating conversations where I don't even want to be in them in the first place. And she keeps beckoning information from making me tell her shit, right? Because I don't. That's the thing. I don't even get the option on whether or not I do or don't say anything, right? Like I'm always pulled in these conversations. They make me tell them whatever I want, whatever they want to hear. Much like how you squeeze a toothpaste out of a tube, right? Like you just get it out of them. I fucking hate that. So she says that I'm monologuing because what she'll do is that she'll ask me something. I'll spend up to 3 minutes at most. But keep in mind, she spends like 20 minutes, literally 20 minutes of just yapping without me having anything to say, right? Me just going, all the way through for 20 minutes. So she is the queen of fucking monologuing. But that being said, I will talk for at most 3 minutes making my point. And I'll make sure my words are potent too. Um, and she will just she told me that like when I do that I'm monologuing, right? Because she hates letting me talk. Because every time I do that, every time I have something to say, every time I try to answer her fucking question, right? She's always cutting me off. And I have to cut her right back off and say, let me finish, right? And she always gets like, you know that thing, right, where people roll their eyes and they drop their fucking arms and shit. They look off in the distance. They don't be paying much fucking attention. It pisses me off because she complains about me doing that when she drags me into these conversations I don't want to be in the first place, right? When I do that, then that's just horrible. She remembers it. She keeps bringing it up. But I'll be like, let me finish answering your question. And she will be like, she'll drop her arms and get all mopey and shit on me. The same thing she complains about me doing. Well, whatever. So every time she does it, she's always complaining, and she literally hates letting me finish, and I mean that in its truest form. She fucking despises when I just finish saying it, which is annoying because she'll ask me a question in a conversation I don't want to be in the first place. She'll keep elaborating. She'll just keep talking, right? Why is it you do this, John? And then she'll just like keep talking, right? And then like eventually she'll pause and actually give me time to answer the question, or think she'll give me time to answer the question, and I won't even get to finish because she'll hear half of what I'm saying and she'll cut me off and tell me how I'm already wrong, right? And I'm just like, let me finish, I'm getting to that. And then she gets all pissy and she doesn't listen to me anyway, so there's really no point. it's it's like Sisyphus. It's literally like fucking Sisyphus, right? And I'm probably gonna put that on screen for the entire duration of this video, where that guy's cursed by the gods to fucking carry the same boulder up the same hill forever, right? Just a form of torture. Because I don't want to be in the conversations. It's an uphill battle. I don't ever get to fucking win, right? So she always makes she's for some reason she's not negotiable, right? She doesn't want to just admit that she needs to stop cutting me off when when I talk, right? It's always, oh well, you see, it's a bad conversations with people is a dance, right? It's a dance. You see, sometimes your opinion is just not necessary, or sometimes what I say is just rhetorical, right? Even though it's not, because she will wait for me to respond. It's not fucking rhetorical, and then it's rhetorical when she doesn't want to hear what I have to say, right? Whatever. Anyways, she'll make up some stupid crap like that, some arbitrary made up bullshit like, oh, it's a dance. It's a dance between two people, even though you don't want to participate in the dance in the first place, right? So that's why it's okay for me to cut you off. See, she like scoffs at the idea, right? I don't know how to explain it. It's a thing where like both my parents do, right? Where they know that I have a point. They know that I have a point in whatever I'm saying, but they don't like want to admit that. So they're just like, well, I'm just not going to really take that into account. I'm not going to listen to that. So whenever I say that a conversation should be like an exchange of information, right? Like dynamic between two people, uh, she's like, well, you see, a conversation is a dance between two people. So, not everyone gets to finish what they're fucking saying. And I usually get that. because it's you like usually people do like cut people off and add on, but that's usually the thing here though, right? It's not them adding on. It's always them trying to undercut and take away from what I'm fucking saying. It's always them reacting to whatever I didn't get to finish saying too early, and then I have to be like, if you let me finish, I could get to that. But the same way she complains about me doing, oh, you've been doing this for years. She is like intentionally unyielding about like just not willing to fucking admit that cutting me off is not a good thing. I don't understand it. It pisses me off. Like maybe okay. Can one of you guys, right, all six of you watching this, can you tell me in the comment section if you guys go through the same thing or not, or if you guys have like also have parents that are just impossible to talk to about shit? Because my parents, they think that they're just like that. Whatever they're saying is like, oh, yeah, I'm ready to listen. Yeah, I'm ready to listen on this, right? But then they're not, right? Mind blowing. I know it's because the moment I have a point, the moment I'm too good in what I'm saying, they get pissy and it switches in their heads, unconsciously or not, to well, I just don't want to admit I'm wrong. All right, I'm just not wrong about what I'm saying. So I'm just not. I'm just going to undercut everything he's saying. I'm going to cut him off. Right? I'm sick of that. So you can't tell him anything. You can't. You literally can't even tell him anything because most times you don't get to finish a sentence. What's funny? The only time I get to finish whatever I'm saying is when I'm complaining about not getting to finish what I'm saying because she knows that if she cuts me off, then she'd be proving my fucking point in the moment. But I don't understand. I don't understand. It pisses me off. And I had just a grating conversation with her, and I just don't understand it. Okay, but if one of you are going through the same thing in the comments, please let me know.